Thank you, Prime Minister, for taking my question. I'm wondering, is Canada considering mandating meat plants to stay open like the U.S. President Donald Trump has done?
We understand how important it is to ensure the supply of food to Canadians right across the country. And we're watching with interest and concern some of the issues facing meat producers and the supply chain across the agricultural industry. We need to make sure that those supply chains can keep functioning, but we also need to make sure that the people who work in those supply chains and will continue to need to work in difficult circumstances over the coming weeks and months as we continue to battle COVID-19 are kept safe. The priority for us is both things, keeping people safe and ensuring a good supply of food to Canadians. We will make sure we're doing them both together. Okay.
We know it's really important to ensure that the food supply chain in order to deliver food to Canadians. And we know that it's also important to ensure the safety of workers on that supply chain so that we can count on them for the weeks and months coming in difficult situations. And we will do what we need to do in order to ensure those two principles and ensure that we have food for Canadians and protect the safety of workers.
Thomas, ctv National News. I just want to follow up on my colleague on the phone. A few weeks ago, you said you weren't worried about food shortages. Right now, we have McDonald's not able to rely on Canadian beef, and we're not even talking about smaller restaurants or burger joints out there trying to stay alive. What is your specific plan when it comes to the beef industry, and are you bracing for other hits in the food industry?
We know that this pandemic is unprecedented and its impacts are far-reaching on our daily lives, on many different industries. We are working very closely with the agricultural industry to ensure that people get good, healthy food, particularly as we embark upon the summer where there will be a need and an ability to get lots of fresh vegetables and produce from across the country. We need to ensure that we're able to provide for that. We're working with provinces, we're working with the sector. Agricultural Canada is very much on this issue. We need to continue to stay vigilant because of the large disruptions across many different sectors in our country, including obviously agriculture.
We're working with the industry. We're working with agricultural workers. We are make sure that we have the collaboration of provinces so that our food production here in Canada can continue. And we need to be vigilant because we know that this situation is unprecedented and difficult. But we will continue to work in priority in order to ensure that we can feed Canadians.
Prime Minister Janet Silver, Global News. Just to follow on that, given that meat inspected by provincial meat inspectors can only be sold in that province, whereas meat inspected by federal inspectors can be sold nationwide, I'm wondering if you're looking at easing restrictions so that meat inspected by provincial inspectors can be sold nationwide.
I think we're open to all sorts of flexibility, ensuring that we can keep Canadians safe right across the country, but recognize that we are in a difficult situation. But as I understand it, the priority or the preoccupation and the challenges we're facing isn't as much around safety of the food produced, which continues to be ensured, but the safety of the workers working in those plants because of COVID-19. And that is something that requires a little more work and a little more coordination to ensure that we're keeping those workers safe and not just the food safe, which is always a priority for us all.